Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game number 2, Crystal Kingdom 1.3 between FQQ and Yumiko. First off, shoutouts to Carl Shader. I think that's how you say your name. I think by your email you are from Denmark. But yes, once again, I do have a smaller fan base than many of the casters out there, but I do have a very, very loyal fan base that I really much appreciate. And opening up with Barracks first. Okay, so FQQ is actually opening up with a rather different strategy. He's going to go with Barracks first here on Crystal Kingdom. Once again, yes, thank you very much to all of the people who have donated in the past. It really helps me out. And, you know, just trying to get all of this equipment up and running, trying to get microphone cables and audio cables, putting forth a little bit of extra time and energy for better casts, only to have my soundboard now occasionally crackle and getting, maybe I'm getting dirty power from somewhere. I'm not 100% sure, but that is the issue with higher end equipment. If you have higher end equipment, then you are more sensitive to things such as dirty power, which I don't think I can actually afford a power regulator to try to clean up all of that power. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what Yumiko is going for. He is opening up with an Archmage. Meanwhile, FQQ, we do know he's opening up with a Tavern Hero, but with what hero, we do not know. So far, Footman currently being trained up, and at the 2-minute 15-second mark, I believe, is when the Tavern Hero was actually available. And this is a pretty strong opening strategy anytime you can get a Tavern Hero. Tavern Hero allows a human player to open up with Barracks first, get a little bit more Footmen, and you can see that the Footmen are actually doing a lot more harassment. Now, if Yumiko is curious about anything, he's noticing that that Footman is actually in his base much earlier than expected. Alright, Archmage now coming down into here. This is going to be a rather easy creep camp to take down if you focus the healer first. Always focus the healer first, especially if it has medium armor. Why is it not focusing the healer first, as it is just... And the water elemental is focusing the healer. Alright, Yumiko, all of your damage is all backwards all over the place, as we're now looking at a Panda first. Alright, so Panda first, now looking to creep out this creep camp here. Alright, a Sorcerer. Are we going to go, oh, Drunken Haze first, and now focusing down that Sorcerer. So this is a rather interesting call. You can see a lot of the units are missing here, but what's also interesting about the strategy is the fact that the Sorcerer got focused down by those Militia, and that's exactly what you want to be doing. If you want to increase your creep time, if you can focus and make sure your armor is taking the right types of damage, that is always very helpful. Level 2 already on that Panda. Meanwhile, Archmage is at level 2 as well. He does pick up a Wand of Illusion, but that item is not nearly as good as the item that... No, Ring of Protection +3. Alright, I guess the Panda got kind of unlucky there, but let's see what's going to continue to happen. Alright, there is another Drunken Haze, and that Drunken Haze is really causing all of those units to miss a lot more. There's a Breath of Fire to add in a little bit of extra damage. Not quite sure why he didn't get that Breath of Fire in much earlier, as we are looking at the healer now get taken down. So healer gonna fall. There it goes. Sentry wards have been left behind by the Panda. Apparently not enjoying sentry wards at all, or deciding to go back and pick it up. Alright, level 1, Panda first is rather strong here, but in this matchup, you always got to be very careful. Because of the way players can go for Spellbreakers all of an instant, the Panda then all of a sudden becomes a rather useless hero. On top of that, if your opponent tries to go for air, you don't have a lot of units that can take it out. The Panda is not known for taking down human air, because human air generally has so much hit points. Alright, off to the top right, top left, you can see that there are fountains of health in play. We'll see if those come into play either, as the Panda is still wandering around in the middle. We can see that Keep is about halfway done. We are going into a lumber mill here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we are about halfway done with Keep as well. Yumiko's base actually a little bit more sparse. Not quite sure what to expect there at all. All right, Panda looking to buy. Yes, he does buy Boots of Speed. He does have a Staff of Teleportation. He could try to teleport behind lines here as the militia are now fighting back. What is going on? All those units are now simply just running back home, and not quite sure what FQQ was really thinking at all, as the Archmage is a little bit confused as well. All right, so far I am slightly confused in this matchup just because I haven't seen anything, any real telltale sign of either player's strategy. This Panda is just wandering around, and where is he going? He's gonna go off to the north, and is he gonna actually try to creep out this level 5 creep camp? There's a Drunken Haze. Are we gonna see a Breath of Fire? Yes, there we go. And now going after the Troll Berserker first. That Troll Berserker does deal a lot of damage compared to the Mammoth. The Mammoth just has a lot of hit points now, as the units are now making their way over. All right, trying to focus now on this Mammoth, the level 5 Mammoth. Panda may get to level 3 here. Oh, this is going to be very, very close. Are we going to get a surround here? The Panda, does he get the experience? Oh, so close. Yes, he does. Now seeing that level 3 picks up a replenishment potion, as well as now this Footman is trying to get away. All right, that Footman very low on hit points. Is it going to get taken down? Yes, it is. Archmage does get the kill there, as we are now in a bit of a run. This Panda does do more damage than the Archmage in a one-on-one battle. As you can see that, oh, this Archmage actually getting a little bit caught and stuck. Oh, this is a bad situation for Yumiko. Yumiko is now in a bad way. All right, the Panda down to 140 hit points. Oh, there is the Scroll of Town portal. Panda may get taken down. Panda now, oh, wow, the Panda squeezes out ever so barely. And now he's going to make his way over here to the Fountain of Health, regenerate some hit points, much needed hit points, and may even use that replenishment potion for mana as well. Beautifully done, beautifully executed, as we now see a Goblin Shredder has been added. All right, back over here, Panda regenerating those hit points rather nicely, and anytime you can use the map to your advantage is a really good sign. All right, let's take a look. Picking up a Clarity Potion as well, as that Panda now sitting at level 3 with that level 2 Breath of Fire should be able to melt a lot of Yumiko's units. Now, off over here, you can see that there are Scout Towers, which should be upgraded to Arcane Towers at any moment. Footmen are now moving over into position. Water Elementals and Militia are all over here, but with a level 2 Panda or level 2 Breath of Fire coming in momentarily, this could swing things around. All right, there you go. There's a Drunken Haze. No, there's just a Breath of Fire, no Drunken Haze at all. And now all those units will be forced to back off. All right, the Footmen, or Arcane Towers, are looking to get taken down. All of the Militia are now backed off. There's another Breath of Fire coming in, as the Arcane Sentry has come online as well. All right, all the towers have been taken down rather easily. The Panda now needs to try and catch up. It looks as though another Footman going to get taken down here. No, it is trying to run away. Is it going to get away? No, it's not, as there is a Stormbolt now onto the Panda. Panda now in a little bit of trouble. Sorceress now casting Slow, and Slow coming in from Yumiko is going to cause a lot of problems. Sorceress, such a strong counter to Footmen, dealing extra damage. Those Footmen are melee units. You can see how much damage, and that Slow coming in once again. The Panda now getting, 3 or 4 units surround onto the Panda. The Panda forced to use a Scroll of Town portal, and there it goes. Town portal all the way back. That was a very blind Town portal. Now teleporting off back over here next to the Goblin Sappers. And what is this? Oh, the Town Hall may get taken down. Is the Goblin Sappers going to go and take down the unit? Oh, there it goes. But it didn't. Oh, taking down all the peasants. But the Panda gets taken down in the process. All right, the Town Hall, 285 hit points. The Mountain King gets his man, but so many dead peasants right there. That's not something you get to see very often. A whole bunch of dead peasants from a Goblin Sapper, which I will now name Mr. Baneling for the rest of this matchup. Anyways, let's go ahead. Goblin Zeppelin now making its way over here to the top right again. It is trying to get away. Meanwhile, Footmen are making its way over to try and take down some of these peasants here. So far, this has been a rather strange matchup. We are at Castle. We are now going into Griffins as well, and perhaps a much more traditional tech to Griffins will catch Yumiko off guard. There is that long-distance Stormbolt. Yumiko really liking that Mountain King as of late, trying to chase down that chase down that Footman. The Footman looks like he will be able to get away, as Yumiko is going to be staying close to his base here and now trying to set up this expansion. All right. We are now almost 10 minutes into this game, and Yumiko has been trying to set up this expansion for the past 2 to 3 minutes and has not been successful. So far, the panda still sitting dead here. We are going into the griffins, and are we getting animal war training? We are not as of yet. There is actually plenty of lumber though, so this is actually a little bit of a confusing play for me. You can see that there is a lot of lumber and a lot of peasants currently harvesting lumber. Why not set up an expansion somewhere? There is this expansion location off over here. Perhaps the panda will pop on out. Griffins will be making their way out as well, and trying to clear that creep camp in just a moment. All right, there is the griffins. Where is the panda? No, panda is not out yet. Griffins now making their way off to the north without that animal war training upgrade. Meanwhile, back off to the north, off over here. Let's see, 1 arcane tower and 1 arcane tower only. All right, are these griffins looking to actually hit and deal a lot of damage? That is going to be the question. 1 water elemental off over here. The Goblin Shredder could get focused down rather easily, and you can see the Goblin Shredder has already taken a good amount of damage there. Water elementals are in position to try and protect, as the panda sitting at level 3 does have a clarity potion. Yes, the panda and all tavern heroes in general, very, very mana intensive, as the Goblin Shredder is just going to fly around, perhaps trying to get another shot off onto that Goblin Shredder. Oh, the Goblin Shredder, it looked like he was actually going to switch locations, as the Griffins are now making their way down off over here. Not exactly sure what's happening with FQQ. FQQ should be massing up a good number of units. Oh, trying to get Storm Hammers first. And what is going on down over here? There is another Drunken Haze. The panda trying to gain a lot of experience and will get to level 4, but unless it gets to level 5, it is not going to make that big of a difference. There is another, the Ice Troll Warlord taking a lot of damage there. Panda now sitting at level 4 does have Vampiric Aura, decides to sell it for a Scroll of Town Portal. And it should be also picking up another unit. Oh, what is this? Poor Yumiko's footman walks into the wrong place. It looks like it's going to get taken down very easily. Breath of Fire, absolutely a waste there. Did not need to use it. But apparently he did not want to chase at all. Okay, perhaps we're going to go to the Fountain of Mana. Wow, Fountain of Mana is over here on the top left, not a Fountain of Health. So this panda, if it just constantly uses Breath of Fire, that's going to be a rather interesting strategy. All right, let's see the Troll Trapper here. The Drake is actually the main source of damage. And going after the Troll Trappers here, there goes the Drake. There, are we going to see another Breath of Fire? We could, as the Goblin... flying machines are now joining in on the fight here. All right, let's go ahead, take down more units. There is a Mana Stone now also on that panda, as the panda could pick up the Slippers of Agility, and he will go back for them. All right, flying machines now being added. So flying machines and griffins as opposed to Dragonhawks. More griffins being added as well. Still plenty of lumber as we see a Drunken Haze Breath of Fire combination to quickly take down all of these units. So far, the Griffins, replenishment potion, exactly what the doctor ordered for that panda. The panda needs to get back some health and do it quickly. All right, let's go ahead and take that down and use that replenishment potion, please. Please? No, apparently not using that replenishment potion. If you're going to use it immediately. As we now see Dragonhawks being added into the numbers. All right, panda, very interesting use here, because what's going to happen is if the Dragonhawks try and shackle, the panda is just going to be able to Breath of Fire all of those Dragonhawks. Add in the fact that there are flying machines. I'm not quite sure if the flak cannon upgrades have been completed, but add in that fact, and then things are just going to go very, very well. See, the panda could have had much more mana at this point, as it is now regenerating health off over here. Let's see what's going to be happening next. Flying machines getting over here as well. That is a good amount of flying machines. And that Drake is just going to get taken down and eaten up. No, not going to get cleared out. All right, apparently the panda is just going to go inside the Zeppelin, and we are now going to do a straight up raid on this base. There is absolutely no Dragonhawk riders in this group at all. Flying machines now making their way in. It is just floating into position as we are going to be going into a Breath of Fire situation. All right, all those Griffins are in position. All the units are now in full retreat, as the Dragonhawk riders do not want to chase after flying machines. So many flying machines here. Perhaps the Panda is going to drop down again. Breath of Fire, and then get picked back up. Oh no, Stormbolt onto the Panda. The Panda is actually in a little bit of trouble. Flying machines now counterattack again as the units are now all backing off once more. Goblin Zeppelin still holding the Panda, trying to do a little bit of air raiding, and we still need to set up an expansion here. Yumiko has not built an expansion as of yet. Oh, sorry, FQQ has not built an expansion as of yet, and there's about a 40% difference in terms of gold, maybe even higher. No, we are now finally going to see our expansion being added. As what is going on here, perhaps the Zeppelin picking up all the units. We are going to be going into another engagement. There is a quick reveal. There is that Mountain King with frost armor. And what is happening next? The flying machine is looking like it is ready to go for another strong attack. It does have 1-0 upgrades to try and stop and shut down all of these Dragonhawk riders. All right, what is happening here? Panda could be dropped off at any location, and here you go. Oh, going after that Goblin Shredder. Goblin Shredder taking a lot of damage. There's a Breath of Fire, and it does get taken down. All right, Shackle onto a lot of the Griffins, though, and that is a problem. You can see pretty much free attacks now onto all those units. All right, Panda is now back out onto the field. Drunken Haze, not enough mana for a Breath of Fire. There's the Breath of Fire after using the Mana Stone, as we are still engaging here. Archmage now taking a lot of damage. So far, the flying machines are trying to chase after all those units, and this is actually a side effect of going after so many flying machines, as the Panda now gets up to level 6. Earth, Storm, and Fire is now in play as the flying machines. The side effect here is that because there are so many flying machines, the sorcerers are forced to slow all of them, and by slowing all of them, all of their mana is pretty much drained in an instant. All right. This one Griffin very, very low on hit points, but pretty much uncountered at this point, as the Griffin may actually focus down there. Yes, there goes another unit. No more Griffins anywhere to be found. Wait, 2 more Griffins there to be found. Are we going to perhaps see this Arcane Tower get taken down? Yes, we are, as more flying machines are in this position. Panda with Immolation. Earth, Storm, I see Earth and Fire. I don't see Storm anywhere. Storm may have been taken out, as the Panda is now at level 6, uses a Breath of Fire, and takes down that Town Hall. A beautiful, beautiful play coming in by FQQ. That use of the Mana Stone, very important to get enough mana for that Breath of Fire, and then get back and then have enough mana once again for Earth, Storm, and Fire. All right, Panda needing another Clarity Potion. Come on, use it. Yes, he already used it. Flying machines now being added. Oh, we are now going into the bombs as well, so the flying machines will be able to attack ground. Back over here. Oh, this is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Yumiko is actually going to have a really, really bad day here, as the flying machines now join in on the fight. What's happening? The flying machines taking down a Dragonhawk rider, and now can actually go after the water elemental as well. This water elemental going to get taken down. Oh, this Griffin rider looks like it will get taken down. What's happening? We now see siege engines. Siege engines now being used as the counter, but interestingly enough, oh, Archmage actually in a little bit of trouble here. Is it going to be able to get away? We could see a Drunken Haze onto the Archmage. No, the Drunken Haze not going to work, as now we have a Paladin joining in on the ranks. Siege engine attempting to take down this Town Hall. Meanwhile, more units are coming back off over here, and now we are going to be going into another quick turnaround. Mountain King does have Stormbolt. Yes, there is a Holy Light as well to try to counteract it. Stormbolt back onto the Panda. Panda now low on mana, unable to do much of anything else, trying to engage. There's a Scroll of Town Portal, as the Griffins are going after some of the other units. Are they going to be able to heal or heal in time? Yes, they will, as the Archmage now going to finish up this base here. A little bit of extra mining going to happen, but both players are going to be sitting on one base with the gold mines pretty much nearly, well, not nearly mined out, but getting very, very close. All right, Panda should invest in a Staff of Sanctuary. I do not know why he has not yet. Where are the rest of the flying machines? All off over here. They are not doing anything at all. And that is a rather interesting, well, that's just a misplay. All right, flying machines now making their way off, and they will be able to start bombing inside the base. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath here. Is it going to perhaps just try to take down the Arcane Tower first? Yes, that Arcane Tower going to get taken out in a matter of seconds. Oh, there is Yumiko's Dragonhawk Rider. That was a give me kill, but didn't get taken down. All right, there goes the unit. No, what's going? Just take down the tower. Come on. All right. It looks like the tower is going to go down here in just a moment. You can see a Sorceress making its way over. The Sorceress trying to get off some easy shots. And what's happening next? All right, in comes the rest of the units. The flying machines need to get away, slow onto those flying machines, causing a bit of problem of just burning wrecks in the air. They could get taken out at any moment as the siege engines now make their way back. All right, Griffins now trying to join in on this fight. This is not going to be a good fight at all. Flying machines quickly make their way over. Dragonhawk Rider is going to get taken down. Panda comes in with the Drunken Haze Breath of Fire, and that is a huge turnaround. Staff of Sanctuary saves the unit as we now see Earthstorm and Fire in play. All right, let's see. Earthstorm and Fire. Are we going to get a Cyclone on any of the units to try and pick them up and pull them away? Let's take a look. Yes, Paladin is now up in the air as other units are going to get focused down. All right, there goes another unit there. Flying machines. Are we going to perhaps see another Griff? No, the Knights are actually FQQs, and this is a complete turnaround of game number 1. So far, the fights have been going extremely well as the Griffins are now attempting to take down the Mountain King. Mountain King is sitting at level 3, though. Are we going to perhaps see a taunt from Earth and forcing the Mountain King to try and attack him? There is another Cyclone there, as we are now going to go ahead. Oh, there is a disenchant as it looks as though the Paladin is going to get taken down. Yes, there it goes as the Water Elemental now going to focus down a Griffin Rider. That Griffin Rider very, very low on hit points. Let's see what's going to happen. There's a Stormbolt. Mountain King does get a kill there as we are now looking at the Archmage attempting to chase back that Panda. All right, this Griffin Rider apparently does not know that he should not be engaging up against these units at all. There's a Breath of Fire. Archmage is in trouble, down to 117 hit points, and now picking up a Potion of Healing. Stormbolt onto the Panda. The Panda now low on hit points. The Mountain King of FQQ is now in play. There is a Stormbolt onto the Archmage as the Archmage is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Are we going to see a Drunken Haze? Oh, Breath of Fire takes down the Archmage as the Archmage goes down. No more extra Brilliance Aura for that Mountain King. All right, this Siege Engine is going to be very, very problematic as it is going to be able to take down these Griffin Riders pretty easily. As the Griffins need to back off there. One Griffin already taken down there as the Panda needs to perhaps get off some Breath of Fires onto some of the other units. All right, you can see that the Siege Engine just easily able to take down some of these units, but the Mountain King may get taken down. Now, Breath of Fire onto the Mountain King. Mountain King uses a Potion of Healing. Mana is now a little bit of a sticky situation as this Griffin needs to back off. Mountain King does not have enough mana and will be able to, the other Mountain King will be able to get away as the Siege Engine chasing after that Griffin Rider. The Griffin Rider is going to simply just be too fast. All right, a much, much closer game this time around. It really feels like FQQ does have a bit of an advantage. Mountain King unable to catch up to that Paladin, and the Panda not that much faster either. The Mountain King does have those boots of speed, and a bash has not gone down yet onto that Paladin at all. So far, we are resurrecting the Archmage back at home. Meanwhile, down over here, you can see mortar teams have been added. This Paladin is actually in a very, very bad situation, being forced to just run around the map. Mountain King is off over here, healing back up. And this is actually a very, very good spot for him. All right, what's going to be happening next? Siege Engines now being forced to pull back. That mortar team exactly there to counteract that Siege Engine. As you can see, the Griffin, gets storm bolted out of the sky. Paladin now sitting at level 2. All right, let's see what's happening next. Oh, Breath of Fire. Are we going to lose a couple of, or a handful of priests? Yes, we are. There goes a handful of priests. There's a bash onto the Panda twice as we now see, another Holy Light. What is this? Scroll of, no, Staff of Teleportation actually getting Stormbolt countered as the Mountain King does come back over. All right, there is a Stormbolt onto the Paladin. The Paladin does have enough for a Divine Shield, but the Thunderclap prevents the Divine Shield timing. And there is the kill there. Nicely played by FQQ, making sure the Divine Shield does not go off and the Paladin does not escape. Archmage is now out onto the field, now needs to resurrect another hero once more as the Siege Engines are now making their way back down. All right, looks as though the Mountain King now doing a little bit of creeping with the Panda away. Panda, where is that Panda? I don't see the... Blood Mage now added. Alright, so we are now going into the Mana Battery strategy as the Mountain King is the second hero. Also picks up a Robe of Magi. That Mountain King is going to have plenty of mana in the upcoming fights. And also picking up a Tome of Strength just to be a little bit better as well. Where is... I don't see the Panda anywhere. I don't believe the Panda was taken out. Alright, where is it? Is it in a Zeppelin somewhere? That's why I cannot spot it. I don't know where it is. All right. Anyways, down over here, you can see trying to creep out this bottom left-hand side of the map. However, this is going to be a rather dangerous spot to be in, as the entire base is pretty much ripe for the picking. Alright, Knights now running inside. Mountain King going after the Altar of Kings. Mortar team now there as well. You can see that this Altar of Kings is going to get taken out very, very quickly, and the Paladin is not going to be able to make it. Panda now, Staff of teleported in, and the Panda with 2 potions of mana is going to be able to just destroy the entire gold mine line of Yumiko. Yumiko pretty much up the creek without a paddle now. Going to be forced to train up a lot of peasants, as he is now completely out of gold. No, he got a little bit of creep gold, so he is okay there. Meanwhile, top over here, the Goblin Shredder is chasing the siege engines around, and that is not going to be a very, very good play either. The Mortar team hoping to finish off some units. All right, Castle down over here. I'm not quite sure why the Knight is not going after the Peasant, and the Mortar team could go after the Castle. I think that would be a much, much better play, as we are now going into a couple of Dragonhawks being added to try and snake them down. But with no more flying machines, that may actually be a very good call if it wasn't for the Mountain King and Stormbolt. There goes the Castle. Castle means that no Griffins will be trained. I don't know if does that also mean no siege engines can be trained either? And that is going to actually just stall all of Yumiko's economy. Yumiko now in a little bit of trouble. You can see him now perhaps going to try to creep out this top left-hand side of the map. Blue Drake is going to get shackled very, very easily as the Archmage drops a Water Elemental. We are going to have a level 5 Archmage come in here in just a moment, and you can see the Dragonhawk Riders are all there just to try and counter all of the Griffins. However, Dragonhawk Riders now being added, Yumiko has to deal with Knights on the ground as well. Knights are extremely, extremely strong, as we now see a level 7, almost level 8 Panda, level 2 Blood Mage, and there is the Shackles already. There is a Breath of Fire. Do the Dragonhawk Riders, yes, they do have the all-important Animal War training, and that was actually a really, really important play. Without the Animal War training, then the Dragonhawk Riders, after that Breath of Fire, would have been taken down much, much more quickly. All right, Yumiko's own Dragonhawk Riders now getting shackled as well. This is not looking all too good. You can see Earthstorm and Fire now just running around the map, doing a great job. Mortar team gonna get taken down very easily by that Mountain King. There it goes. But with no siege engines nearby, it may not even really matter. Storm picking up Archmage into the air, as we are still looking at the rest of the units trying to come in for a little bit of an engagement. All right, Archmage going to get tackled, taken down, stunned, and I believe that is going to be it. Oh, Rifleman able to escape at 12 hit points. And what is going to be happening next? Blood Mage sitting at level 3. Archmage, as I mentioned, is at level 5, or fell at level 5. And FQQ takes game number 2 here on Crystal Kingdom, I think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 2. Please stay tuned for game 3 in this best of 3 series.